What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope y'all had a good day today. I'm trying to think. We traded live today. On the live stream, we were 1-for-1 on trades. Of course, the second trade was double the reward. Well, both trades would have been one risk, two reward minimum. But the first trade, we took a loss. Second trade, we hit a win. And with that said, ended the day green due to the two risk, one reward. I would not recommend being in puts right now. You might want to read what I just posted in Keenan's and pretty much every Discord that I'm in. But we'll talk about that in just a hot second here. We are probably going to get rocketed way higher here. Anyway, I'll talk about that. For people, I guess specifically Keenan's Discord, that are of the doctorate tier, if you tuned into my class on Sunday, it should have been very informative. And basically everything that we talked about in that class, we applied today to our trading. Also, when I ended the class today, I want to do this. I mean, when I ended the live trading session today, we had drawn this zone on ES. And at the time, we didn't know if it was buy side or sell side because they kept chopping sideways. And I was saying we want to see at least like a 30-minute full body candle. Open and close above, which we got right here. And once we have above, we know that these were buyers that were coming in here. If we had a full body candle open and close below, then we would know that these were sellers that were taking place right here. Just by looking at this chart, there's not a ton of information other than chopping sideways. It's either distribution or accumulation. But if you have access to the footprint charts and cluster charts, order flow, which is really what the class was about, then you actually know what's happening here, which is an insane amount of buyers. Oh, awesome, Robert. Good to hear. So we're going to zoom in on this really quick and talk about exactly what I'm talking about. Really, like, again, for people that were in the class, I want to kind of want to hide that information for right now up at the top, but I really want to like hammer this home. And for people that weren't in the class, I don't really know what to tell you guys. Like, you should be. This is a class you don't want to miss. So anyway, I'm going to delete this really quick. But if we look here, we have 30,000 orders traded at 63.37 at the 7 o'clock time frame on ES here. There's 37,000 up here, another 32,000 up here. And then over here, you know, we have a little bit as well. We've got like 23,000 here. But if we just focus on even just these three cells right here, just those three cells, right? And we do some quick math. I did this live today when we were live trading, but so this is, I'm going to say roughly 50,000 right there, and then another 30,000. So we're looking at about 80,000 orders, right? I'm going to start from the beginning, which is every 25-cent move on ES is $12.50. You multiply that by 4, gives you $50 for 1 point. If we multiply 50 by the current price here, 63.38, then we know one contract is roughly $315,000. If we multiply this by 80,000, then we know that $25 billion were traded in this zone right here. Just those three little cells. A 3-point range on ES. And who do you think is the one that's spending $23 billion on a little 3-point range on ES? Is this institutional buyers or is this retail? Or a combination of both? Obviously, the answer is going to be a combination of both, but a majority of this is going to be institutional buying or institutional selling. When it's happening, we don't know what it is. What we're looking for, so if we draw a little box here, and again, this was covered all live. This was covered in the class. It's been covered kind of over and over again. This is our zone where the majority of buying is taking place, or the majority of order flow. Sorry. Again, we don't know at this point in time if it's buyers or sellers. When I was getting off of the live trading session this morning, I said, if we get a full body candle opening and closing above this level, these are buyers. If we get a full body candle opening and closing below this level, these are sellers. If it's buyers, when we come back and retest this zone, you slap calls, no questions asked. You don't hesitate. You don't blink an eye. You just slap calls or slap long if you're a futures trader. If the full body candle was to happen to the downside, then we would slap puts, and we would probably be looking to close at this high volume node here. In this case, and when I say a full body candle, I'm looking for like 30 minutes to an hour minimum. If we look at our chart here, this is a 30-minute chart right now, so we have a full body candle here. If we switch to 1 hour, we still have a full body candle that opened and closed above this level. And then we retested it literally to a T. On this chart, I will say it looks like there's a gap between our level and the candle, but there's not. If we look at the zone, it goes from 63.36 to 63.40. And then just in case you guys don't know, up here at the top would show the low of this candle, and it's right at 63.40. So I don't know why it looks like there's a gap there, but we literally touched it to the penny and then took off. And I said from here, again, when I was getting off the live, if we retest this zone, we're going here. And this is a pretty easy 30-point move on ES. And again, so if you're trading ES, your $50 per point times 31 is $1,550 for one contract. This is just easy money. Like, this is given to you on a silver platter. Easy money. Okay. So with all of that said, we'll get these levels onto SPY later, but I wanted to look at, God, this is so annoying. Again, massive amount of orders here, but then if we look at what happens later, we have some pretty significant orders here, pretty significant orders here, but then up here, let me erase this so you guys can see it. We have another 42,000, 20,000, and another 20,000 orders right here on these three cells. We know that these are going to be institutional buying again. We've already got the full body candle opening and closing above. If they retest this zone, so 63.57, 63.58-ish, you slap by and you don't ask questions. With that said, I'm about to place an order right now. 63.58. So there's my order. This stuff is too easy to not have access to it. It's too easy to not use it for your trading. Like this just makes trading simple, right? From last night, let me just kind of show you guys. Last night, I had said when we were here, so this is 1800 my time, which is, what is it, 6 p.m. my time. I shared this in Keenan's. I shared it in Shorty's. I think I shared it in another Discord as well. But I said if we, or actually we had the full body candle, and I said a retest of this zone sends it to 63.18, which if we go up here, 63.18 is right here. And at 63.18, we created like another large block of orders. The reason for that is, let me see if I can see it. Where's 63.18? So I was targeting here, and actually, no, I think I gave the wrong number. I think I said 63.15. I apologize. But this was originally a large sell side high volume node. And so from the retest here, this was my next target. Really simple. Right? So then the same thing here. This is our now buy side high volume node. This is our retest. We traded up to the next level. Right now we have a high volume node somewhere around here, 58 to 54, I believe. If we come back to there, they're going to send it flying. We're going to smash through this level. We'll probably go up to this level here. Okay. Just simple stuff. I will quickly show you guys. I don't want to make today like a class. But if you want access to this stuff, you're going to want to go to quantower.com. Tell them to give me a referral fee. I'm joking. You're going to go under pricing, and you could do the all-in-one license if you wanted to. You can pay monthly. You can pay for 6 months annually. You can also do a lifetime, which is like $1,600. But really all you need is to click on buy pro features apart, and you just need the volume analysis, which is $35 a month. And that will give you all of the stuff that I'm showing. So that's where it's at. And if you do that, you can send me a DM, and I'll basically send you my my template that I use, which you just right click here and go to apply template, and then you would choose Drew, and it would basically copy these settings for you. So with that said, really quickly, if we go back to ES here, if we go 5-minute chart, I don't want to get too involved, but right at the open today, I said we have a strong low down here. It's not like the best. It's kind of almost a weak low, but and then up here at the top, we have a poor high, right? So I said when we were opening, I was like, pretty good chance they're going to push this up, break through our weak high, and go up and tap this 63.15 level, and that would be where you close. I was a little bit disappointed in myself that I didn't take that trade. And then I ended up getting in a trade here, just up to here. I don't remember where I closed exactly, but I took a really small trade today. I tried to short this live because this is a sell side high volume node where I was expecting them to reverse from. I ended up getting stopped out, not for like a big loss. But then my second trade I took was here, back up into this zone. I don't remember exactly where, but into this zone somewhere. The next trade I called out again was this here, up to 63.71, 63.70, something like that. And all of this is just really simple to find. It's being kind of overcomplicated. I'm just going to say this. Focus on learning volume profile. Focus on learning order flow. Both. Trader Dale has books on both volume profile and order flow. Like literally, if you understand volume profile, you understand order flow. You understand the difference between a poor high, a poor low, and a strong high and a strong low. It's pretty easy to figure out what direction price should be going in. Pretty easy to figure out where to exit your trades. Pretty easy to figure out where to enter your trades. And when I say easy, I don't want anybody to like feel bad like if it's not clicking for them. But I also want to kind of simplify trading in the sense that people just make it so complicated and start trying to add in so many different confluences and just craziness, and you end up with information paralysis because you're trying to look at too many things, and it's just not necessary. So again, if it's not clicking, I'm not trying to insult you or put you down, but it really just is not that difficult, and you just have to dial in on what's important and focus on that, and then trading becomes a lot easier. Okay. Anyway, so from last night, overnight session to today, I called out 4 trades. 3 of them hit, some of them for like massive moves where I called like, entry and exit on really big moves. This here, particularly like a 30-point move, is pretty insane. And one small loss. Let me see. I can tell you how many points it was. I took a loss for 8.5 points. Where I think the biggest winner is 30 points. Is that right? This was... Sorry, let me measure this really quickly so I can fact check myself. So one move was 32 points, one move was 31 points. And then a smaller move in here. I don't even remember how many points it was. It was just 6 points. Okay. With all of that said, I would love to... Big P, don't even look at footprints on TradingView. If footprints on TradingView were worth looking at, I would be sharing footprints on TradingView, because 99% of my viewers have TradingView, and it would be easy for them to just apply footprints to their chart versus saying, hey, go to Quantower and spend $35 to get access to this information. The footprint charts on Quantower are absolute trash. The reason being is they don't pay for order flow. I don't know if people are aware of this, but order flow is extremely expensive. Like for brokers, that's probably one of their bigger expenses is paying for order flow. And on TradingView, the order flow is just like a calculation. It's not actually legitimate because they're not paying for order flow. So there's literally no reason to look at footprint charts on TradingView. Okay. With that said, let's hop into SPY. Let's figure out our levels. I'm going to start deleting a bunch of stuff because we have a lot of stuff that's been run through at this point. Okay, this is done. I'm going to delete this because we're way above it right now. This is done. And we're about to blast through that right now, so I'll take that off as well. All right, 30-minute chart. By the way, what's up, Rel? When I have those other charts up, I can't see the chat, so I saw you say you were here a while ago, but at the moment when you said it, I couldn't see my chat, so. Okay. I know today's a B shape. This is actually a capital P. People are talking about this as a double distribution. This is a capital P. This is 100% this. Okay. For this to be a B shape, it would need to be like this. So we would need volume in here and volume in here. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. I just saw a lot of people in Keenan's talking about this and saying it was a capital B. It's not. It's a P. It's a capital P. All right, let's get our levels. Weekly first SIG and our previous day VPOC are basically the same level. They're 2 cents apart. For your own charts, I would just combine the two, but I would combine them. But for this, for you guys, I'm just going to leave it as 2 separate levels. I'm going to throw this out there again really quickly. So a lot of you have seen me trade live a lot of times at this point, right? A lot of you have seen Keenan trade live a bunch of times. I think a lot of people have probably seen Rel trade live as well a bunch of times. If you can see somebody trading live and they do it well, they're worth following, they're worth listening to, they're worth learning from. If you don't see them trading live, don't waste your time, okay? They're probably not worth shit. Bear with me for 1 second. I need to do something really quickly here. Areas, there's no way for me to answer that for you because you need to trade within your means. I don't know what your means are. My orders for 5 contracts, and I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with my risk. I'm comfortable if I take a loss. Yeah, I'm good with it. So again, it's going to be up to what your risk management, what your risk tolerance allows. So that's going to be up to you. Nothing I can answer for you. Hey, what's up, Coach Jeff Davis? How are you? Um, I will say really quickly, like to what Gigi just said, or sorry, Triple G. You guys, your names are too close. Um, Triple G said I miss not seeing your tab, or I already miss not seeing your tab, and it's actually affecting me mentally today. Um, I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. Like, I guess I'm feeling a bit down. Like, um, this might be hard for some people to understand, but it is what it is. Like, a lot of you are like family to me, or close friends, or whatever. Like, again, like seeing the same names in chat over and over again, hanging out with the same people day after day after day. Like, you guys hold a special place, in my heart. And this isn't BS, right? This is actual, like, factual stuff I'm talking about here. And not having that interaction from you guys is actually affecting me mentally today, if that makes sense. Like, um, I don't even know how to explain it, but like, um, I don't know. I almost feel like a part of me has been cut off, if that makes sense. Like, I just had my leg amputated or something. Um, and I don't really know how to explain it. But again, I stand on what I was saying yesterday at the end of the stream. Like, I trust Keenan's vision, and whatever it is, like, I'm going to trust what he's doing and what his plan is. I'm sure like things will get better with time, but right now, today, definitely affecting me. With that said, holy crap. Let's figure out our levels here. This is some single prints all the way up to space. This is probably the widest range of single prints I've ever seen. Um, Excuse me, I just burped right into the microphone. So our spike and our previous day value high are literally the same level. I'm combining them because I have to. They're literally right at the same level. Um, our spike base is here. Um, Pretty extremely bullish going into tomorrow. Oh crap, don't do that. Sorry, bear with me for a second, everybody. Why is this shit annoying? So, like, this is one thing I love on Top Step, or I mean on Quantar, on TradingView. um, like if you accidentally click something and then move it, you can always just hit the back button and it'll go back to where it belongs. With Quantower, if I accidentally move something, there's no back button. I really wish there was. Um, Name here, it's not about that. It's not about financial gain. Um, if if any of you here think I'm doing anything for financial gain other than trading, you don't know me. And with that said, name here, I'm not trying to insult you, but that's not what I'm about. Um, Obviously, like, money is good, right? But if I think something isn't gonna like benefit my audience, I'm not gonna do it, no matter how much money they're offering me. And I can prove that over and over and over again. Like, you never see any sponsorship anything on my channel, right? I get emails all the time offering me money for sponsorship deals, to have like a, for me to talk about whatever product. And a lot of it is basically, I won't talk about something I don't believe in, right? So right now, I don't want to like call out specific companies, but I've had emails from some pretty major companies asking me to advertise their product, or for advertisement placement or whatever. And occasionally I'll reply to them and we'll talk. But ultimately, any company that I've talked to didn't align with what I agree with. And the result of that is I'm not going to advertise your product. Right. But the majority of companies that reach out to me, they don't even get a reply, because I already know that like my morals don't align with what that company's doing. And so, yeah, Robinhood, I would laugh in their face if they reached out to me. I would literally like write back the most insulting email you've ever seen in your life, and tell them where to shove it. Like, literally, so quickly. I would absolutely obliterate whatever fool reached out to me. And the bad part is that person, probably had no say in the terrible things that they've done to their customers. But yeah, I would send them the worst reply they've ever seen in their life. They'd be like, gosh, this guy's not professional at all. And my reply to that would be, you could think whatever you want. Treat your customers better. That's good, errors. You should. So yeah. Sorry, Krista. Yeah, there's a spike on ES, and we're 63.57 to 63.55. We should be bouncing from there. 57. Yeah. 57 to 55. If they retest that area, you want to be in long. They'll smash through this. We'll probably be going up to 6,400-ish. To be safe, I would close at 63.95. But yeah, we should smash up to 6,400-ish, give or take. Yeah, and Silo can suck it as well. Alrighty. Let's zoom out, look at the big picture on SPY. What a candle. So, if you studied candlestick patterns a little bit, then you know like this blue candle here is a shave top, meaning just really aggressive selling on this day. Here, today we have a shaved bottom and a shaved top. Like, this is just insanity. That just means when we opened, they just ripped. There was no pullback. And we closed into buying pressure where they're just pushing it higher and higher and higher. There's no pullback at the top. We already know right now, like from looking at futures, that from our close, we've already gapped up a little bit. SPY hit, I don't 62 something. I'm sorry, 632 something. I don't remember the exact level. But so just major buying pressure. Volume is meh. It's not insignificant, but it's lower than this selling candle, right? Lower than the selling candle before. If bulls are really going to be in control, you would want to see more volume on this day, but we'll have to see what they give us tomorrow. Shorty's coming back on the 9th. So there's all of that. Let's look at fear and greed. And then we'll look at our news. I know we don't really have news, but we'll look at it anyway. We should be back in greed. Yeah, okay. And then for our news tomorrow, there's really not much of anything. We have PMI at 7 a.m. And then just before the close, we have employment change and unemployment rate in New Zealand. I prefer it when Canada has news because I like to call them Canada. But yeah, not too much going on tomorrow, but we've got to be aware 7 a.m. or 10 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to have... oh, that's good. Control Z. Okay. Hopefully I remember that. But yeah, 10 a.m. Eastern, we'll have news. We need to be aware of that tomorrow when we're trading. For people that are in Shorty's Discord or the little donation Discord, I should be live tomorrow. So we'll smack it out of the court again, I'm sure. We need to transfer this level 57 to 55, I think it is. 57 to 55, yeah. I don't know that this is going to matter tomorrow, because if we touch this in the overnight session, we're probably going to go on a massive rocket. Need to delete this one. I feel like this is going to be harder to transfer to SPY. Body of the 55 candle to the body of the 50 candle. Oh, look at that, right at our spike base. HNV, motherfucker. All right. essentially what we want to see tomorrow, if they don't do this in the overnight session. 6:30-20 is probably decent. Excuse me. So that's what we want to see. I'm sure you guys can probably tell, like, my energy is down today, right? Which I guess just tells you that what I was talking about is not BS. Like, the changes were emotionally draining today. For me, at least. I highly doubt this will happen, but just in case, we have to be ready. Really want to point out that here we have a little volume node. I guess this needs to be a little bit higher. This is the zone with the single print mids where I'm looking to initiate calls. Okay. Generally, when you have a node like this, they're going to go to the far side. So this would probably be like the spot. Possibly even the single print mid, but this line above 627.16 is probably better than waiting for the mid. If you wait for the mid, you might not catch the move. The only way I would consider puts is if we break below, retest this, then you can grab puts. And the retest could be as high as the previous day value area high. Actually, no, I take that back. We have to be below this zone to consider puts. Okay? And I think this is extremely unlikely, but again, we have to be ready for everything. OnlyFans. All right. 41 point move from tonight into tomorrow. Let me see. Bro, why can't I see the numbers? Can, like, you stop being uncooperative? Oh, so you're talking about coming to here and then to there? Or, sorry, no. To here. You're talking about this. It's 38 points. Do I think they're going to make this full move in the overnight session? No. But if you get this entry and you hold it overnight into the New York session, do I think this is doable? 100%. It looks like they might not even give us this retest. I hope they do, though. Yeah. All right, I'm going to screenshot this. I think, actually, really quick, let me do one last thing. I don't think this will change anything at all. But, well, first I need to get rid of some of these there. I don't like having a bunch of crap on my chart. Let's look and see if we have any imbalances. I should share something kind of funny for me. I'm in this this Discord where actually I kind of showed a screenshot this morning. Let me pull it up really quick so you guys can have a laugh with me. So the person that kind of like runs the show and talks about all of the trades, this is one of their charts. And it's like fair value gap, 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 fair value. I'm like, which fucking one of these do you trade? I mean, the answer is none, because fair value gaps is BS that was invented by a scammer. But what's crazy to me is, like, I've posted, since I've been in there, I've shared like 3 like 30 plus point moves. And when their whole Discord was like bearish, I was bullish and I was correct and they were all wrong and they all hit their stop losses. And they keep talking about fair value gaps and I'm just like, oh, if you guys only knew. But I don't even want to like address it because I'll be the odd man out. Oh, and basically I don't see anything with imbalances that I'm interested in. So I kind of didn't think I would, but always worth checking. But it's crazy to me, like, if I was in that Discord, and this isn't me bragging, right? But if I was in that Discord and somebody joins and then they call out a trade and it slaps, right? And it's over 30 points. And then they call out another trade that's over 30 points. And then the whole Discord is bearish and that person's bullish and they're right and everybody else is wrong. And then they call out another trade that runs. I would start paying attention, right? They haven't even reacted to a single thing that I've said. And it's pretty shocking. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not an ego-based thing for me. Just kind of shocking that they're not paying attention to what I'm saying. And I hope for their own trading sakes that they learn to stop following scammer stuff. That's interesting. So I posted a retest of 63.55 to 63.57 and No Yako knows more than me and said 63.52. Good luck with that. I should add, if Noyako happens to be here, I'm always open to having like an intelligent conversation about levels. But if you just reply to me, correcting me and saying that my level's wrong, without any kind of other information, a chart to back it up, or I think 6352 is better because of blah, 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 you're basically just a douchebag. So, yeah. I guess I should actually show what I'm talking about. So, like, the, where is it? The levels I gave, right? I mean, I didn't provide a chart or anything, but I'm covering it live here and why I think this is a level. And then the star with the 6352, basically just saying I'm wrong, and providing no other context. I don't know. It doesn't really open up any kind of communication. Just kind of arrogance, I guess. At least that's my opinion. Juan, get the fuck out of... No, I'm joking. Of course I'll show you. I already showed it once in the chat. I mean, at the beginning of the video, but I'll show you really quick. So, first things first, you have to find your Quantower folder where Quantower is installed. And you would go to the setting folder, and then you go into templates, and you would paste that XML file in here that I gave to you. Once you've done that, you grab a chart. And this is kind of a key thing. You can't grab a group of charts. You can only grab one. If you try to do this on a group of charts, the setting isn't there. You're going to right click up at the top here where it says chart. Go to apply template and then select Drew. And then it'll be there. Okay. What was the total? It was $23 billion, right? That was traded at that level that I gave that 3-point range. Shoot, I'm going to do the math again because I have a point to prove in Keenan's Discord. My ego is bruised and hurt, and I can't have that. Yeah, I'm going to redo the math because at this point, like, I want to be, I want to send a big old... errors on a move like what we're looking for, your stop loss should be wide enough that that's not an issue. Why in the hell is this not loading? Connected, nothing's happening. Can you do something? All right, I guess I'm going to reopen this because, yeah. I would say this is one thing I don't like about Quantower is how long it takes to load. Why would you have a specific number? 10 points. seems very not well thought out. Nothing personal, but I would go based off of data, based off of information. And so I don't do this very often, but let's say long here, right? Our target is here. And I mean, just kind of like looking left, I feel like at a minimum, I want my stop loss to be below there. If I really want to protect my order. If I wanted to be super safe, below here would be ideal, but I don't think I would get the risk to reward ratio that I need to take this trade, putting my stop loss below there. It could also be below kind of like this area here if I want a better risk to reward. So basically, like the stop losses I would be looking at would be something like this. 11.25 points, giving me like almost 3.5 to 1 on my risk to reward. Right about here, giving me 2.5 to 1 risk to reward with a 15.25 stop loss. With something like this, you'd like just want to position smaller. If you just take MES and just let this play out, and catch, whatever it is, the 38 points, like you're golden, right? Again, I don't think, I guess I can. You can use a 19-point stop loss on this and be right at 1 risk to reward, and be hidden below this strong low right here. But again, I would just take a small contract size and let the trade play out. Ideally, I think probably here is probably the best. So yeah, that's what I would do. But yeah, I never have a set number like, I'm going to use a 10-point stop loss to get 20 points. It's always going to be based on what's happening on the chart. All right, I got to do math really quick. What did we agree on? 80,000 orders. 6338 times 50 times 80,000. 25 billion. All right. Oh, wait, that's the wrong. It was 28 billion because it's 6356. Let me just do it again really quick. I'm letting you guys enjoy this visual verbal smackdown that I'm about to do live on Discord with me. 6356 multiplied by 50 multiplied by 80,000. Oh, it's still 25.5 billion, I guess. Let's go ahead and take a nice screenshot here. I guess we'll just do this. And then let's do this. And then let's highlight that. Let's go ahead and copy this to the clipboard really quick. And then right here, let's go ahead and reply. And Oops. I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did. For me, that was a mental win on the day that I actually needed. It was pretty fun. Let me get this off the screen here. Get back to the chat. See if you guys have any questions before I call it a day. MES errors, MES. When I go for big moves like that, I don't trade ES. Because I know myself, and let's just say I'm in the trade, right? And we get to a point where I'm up like 21 points, right? And let's just say I have one ES, right? Times 50 times 21. And I'm up like $1,000, and I'm pushing to go, whatever it is, another 12 points or 11 points. It starts to get hard when price starts doing, this to stay in that conviction, or especially if it does this, when you have like the larger contract sizes. When I'm trading smaller, like with MES, it's a lot easier for me to catch the full big move and still making a significant amount of money, but not feel so concerned with the drawdowns that you're seeing as things are happening, So, yeah. Yeah. UNH to 214. Yeah. Fine, right? And maybe I'm wrong on this, but I feel like I'm vested. I do this live. I call out stuff all the time. A lot of times my levels get tapped to a T, and then it does what I'm looking for. Obviously, like, I'm also wrong roughly 20-30% of the time. And that's fine. But, I mean, I've seen this person chat a little bit, but like, who are you? And then to just like correct me with a number and not any other context is basically just rude, right? So, if your answer or if your reply is, hey, the spike is at blah, 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 and I think we're going to bounce there, like, cool. We can have a conversation then. But to just like literally correct my number with an asterisk, and no other context, like, I don't know, to me, it's just disrespectful. But to each their own, Christian. So I wish you had asked this when I had my my chart open, but I'm not going to reopen it. Okay, now I guess I need to, because Erez is also asking a question about it, and your question I could have answered without opening the charts, but to answer both of you without opening the charts is not going to be possible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my chat so I can actually see you guys. That's one thing I don't like about opening these charts is it covers my chat. So, Erez, I'm going to answer your question with a question, and then I'll answer. Oh, LaChance. I'm so glad I just saw your name. The last time I saw you in my my YouTube channel, you asked a bunch of questions, and for whatever reason, I completely overlooked them, and I didn't answer your questions, and I felt terrible about it. I went to Keenan's Discord, and I typed in calls and puts like, if your name is LaChance on YouTube, please send me a DM or whatever, or ask your questions here so I can answer them. If you still have those questions, please ask, or feel free to DM me or whatever it is. Anyway, I want to apologize. After I signed off, I saw your questions and I felt so bad because I don't want you to think that I was ignoring you. I would never do that. But if you still have those same questions, I don't care where you ask me. You can ask in the YouTube chat. You can DM me. You can ask in any of the chats in Keenan's Discord and at me. And I would love to, answer those questions for you. So again, I apologize, really, from the bottom of my heart. I was really disappointed, when I saw your message and, realized that I completely overlooked your questions live in that moment and felt terrible about it. Okay, so Erez, for you, if a bunch of orders come in here and then I have a full body candle that opens and closes above that level, was this buyers or sellers? That's my question to you. And then while I'm waiting for you to get back to me, I will answer Christian's question. This kind of needs to be answered with a question as well. So if I'm an institutional buyer, right? In this case, there was 80,000 contracts traded right here, right? And then if we look to the right, there's another 24,000. So it's almost 100,000 contracts traded right here. Actually, it's over 100,000 if we also look at the smaller orders down here. So if I'm a institutional trader, right? And let's just say I had I wanted to get filled on 200,000 contracts here. But while price was trading in here, I was only able to get filled on 100,000, and then price took off. You think the next time we come here, there's still going to be that 100,000 orders sitting there waiting for me? And the answer is yes. How long do those orders stay there waiting? I don't know. But a day or two, yeah, for sure. A few days, yeah. After that, I would want, some kind of confirmation. But basically, I would be saying if this order flow happens here and we take off and go away from it for a week, I'm still going to have this level on my chart and just know that it's week old information. And when we come back to there, if I start seeing a lot of orders getting traded again as we come back to this level, then hell yeah, I'm slapping buy, right? Yeah, so when the orders are coming in, we don't know if it's buyers or sellers. We can make a semi-educated guess if we look at our footprint charts. So yeah, it's not really giving us much information. It actually almost looks like sellers here. This is the bid, this is the ask. And it looks like people might have been closing their position here at the ask. But I guess they're buying at the ask. But yeah, it's harder to tell. And basically the issue is you can buy and sell at the bid, you can buy and sell at the ask, right? But anyway, once the order flow comes in, we're not really sure which direction it is. But once they push in a direction and we get like a full body candle, and when I talk about a full body candle, I'm talking about like a 1 hour candle or a 30-minute candle. Once we get full body candles opening and closing above, pretty confident to say that these are buyers, right? If 100,000 orders come in here and it pushes price up, probably freaking buyers. If 100,000 orders come in here and price gets pushed down, it's probably sellers. Again, this doesn't work 100% of the time, but it works often enough that you can make a lot of money. So like I said, from last night through today, I've called out 4 trades based on high volume nodes only. And out of those 4 trades, 3 hit, 1 missed. So that's like a 75% win rate, right? Really good. And then 75% win rate at 1 risk 2 reward, you're getting stupid rich. Yeah, no worries, LeChance. Yes, it needs to be full body candles. I've said that. And when I say this, Ares, like, I'm not putting you down, but I think I've said that 10 times in this video alone today. I don't know what you mean with or without wicks. A full body candle above or below a level means that we're not touching this level. I don't care if there's wicks on the candle. They can't touch this level, right? So like this candle is not a full body candle above and below because we wick down into it. Or part of the body is even coming down into it, right? A full body candle means it's never touching this level. Wicks are not, completely irrelevant, doesn't matter. We're just not touching this level. The whole body of the candle, including the wicks, are outside of that level, above or below. Retest. If it's above, we're going long. If it's below, we're going short. Yep. Yeah, I mean, ideally you want, like, I really like to see these on the 1 hour time frame. And right now we have that 1 hour candle. We actually have 3 1 hour candles that have fully opened and closed above that level. This is 100% confirmation that this is buyers. But if they only give you a 30-minute candle, like full body candle above and below, that's enough confirmation to take the trade. Okay. I think all right, so it looks like everybody's questions are answered. Reslapping? I don't really have a Discord. I have a channel in Keenan's Discord, and I typically trade like 4 to 5 days a week in my mentor's Discord, trade live. But other than that, I don't really have, I don't have my own Discord. And I talk about that occasionally here on the channel. I probably never will have my own Discord. Um, what's up, Jumpman? How you doing, brother? We always have to say this. I'm sure you guys already know. Like, I don't need to say it, but Jumpman, if you're wanting to trade crypto, the guy is an absolute crusher. Make sure you go follow him on Keenan's. Make sure you go subscribe to his YouTube. Make sure you follow the alerts that he sends out. Dude is absolutely crushing it. And one of the people that I would say is worthy of following and riding or dying with. So, and you guys know I don't say that about a lot of people. So if I do say that about somebody, they're putting in the work and they're doing a good job. And again, I won't say it about very many people. So, yeah, definitely check them out. All right. Again, looks like I've answered all of the questions. What's up, Templar Knight? Yeah, Erez, I feel it. I don't trade crypto, or I have in the past, but I'm not currently right now. But he shows you that it's doable. His portfolio speaks for itself. His gains speak for themselves. I'm always around, Erez. If you ever need anything, just at me, and I'll be there. I don't know. I just kind of feel like I want to hang out with you guys longer. Like I said, everything's kind of affecting me on an emotional level today, but it is what it is. As always, everybody, much love, much respect. I appreciate your time. I appreciate everybody that interacts and talks. I really want the best for all of you. I hope all of you achieve the goals that you're trying to achieve. I hope trading starts clicking and you start making the money that you want to make through trading. And all of this, I'm sure you guys know, is very sincere. Like, it's not BS. This is from the heart. I'm sure you guys know I have a lot of love for all of you. With that said, well, first, Gigi, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it. With that said, everybody, much love, much respect. If you are in one of the areas where I trade live, I will see you guys tomorrow. If not, I will do my best to call things out in chat as I see them, in calls and puts. And with that said, much love, much respect to everybody. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.